Follow me in a trip back in time to August 2024 as the Yagi typhoon unleashed its might on northern Vietnam, causing us trillions of Vietnam dong in damage. As the typhoon was about to make landfall, people started storing copious amounts of food, of water, and even clothes. Understandably, they were preparing for a long-term situation. However, disaster only struck when rumors started appearing around the internet. No electricity from 7:30 p.m. today. Its validity hadn't been proved, but it sent out a shockwave. You can easily imagine the panic in communities across Hanoi. Supermarkets were packed, stores overwhelmed, people trying their best to scrape whatever they could off the shelf. Some already had weeks' worth of provision, of veggies, of meat in stores. Our family barely managed to scrape even a piece of paper, a roll of toilet paper from the shelves. They had all been taken away. They had all been ransacked by the crowd. However, to everyone and to no one's surprise, it was all fake news. The damage had already been dealt. All those extra resources were now all gone in vain. Amidst a handful of stories floating across the internet during and after the typhoon, only this one caught my attention. Our family experienced it firsthand. We received the rumors. We spread it to others with the hope of helping the community. Yet, only after the event had passed could we actually understand the impact that fake news could have on us and on the community. Good morning, teachers, parents, and fellow students. I'm Bao Khanh, a former student of Nguyen Sieu Primary School and currently under the tutelage of Nguyen Sieu Sieu High School. It is my honor to stand on the decade-old stage of Nguyen Sieu School and to participate in this event today. Firstly, what are fake news? They are misleading, untrue, unverified information, though presented as reliable news, factual news, something that we can rely on to provide us information on the latest happenings in our country and around the world. However, they are usually accompanied by sensational clickbait or titles so controversial that your curiosity can't resist temptation. But have you ever wondered why? Why at the cost, true fact, true knowledge, people are doing such a thing? There are many ways a person can make money online. It can be the amount of views, how many people or how many times a person sees a post, how many times they read it. Ads linked to online stores tempting people to click on them, or the amount of comments, the amount of likes, the amount of even dislikes a post gets, i.e. engagement in general. They all rake in revenue. Considering more clicks equals more money, what could possibly stop these greedy, these money-grabbing creators in generating such content, helping them make huge amounts of revenue to their name? Let's take some notable examples. Firstly, YouTube is the second largest social media app nowadays with a total of nearly 2.7 billion users worldwide. However, under that cover is a massive, little-known hub of misinformation and fake news. In the recent days of the Tet holiday, dozens of students were either killed or injured after attempts at creating homemade fireworks. How? I hear you ask. Making fireworks, it isn't taught in schools. You don't learn it in schools. Where did they get the instructions? YouTube. They saw these YouTube videos detailing the process and buying the needed chemicals online. They set out to try and create these fireworks for themselves, these cheap alternatives to reliable store-bought fireworks. But ultimately, they failed to do so, often resulting in tragic consequences. Secondly, in 2018, Starbucks, a popular cafe chain around the world, faced backlash after rumors of a supposedly free coupon for African American customers started appearing online. Now, it was finally proved to be fake news by the Starbucks employees, by the Starbucks company. But the damage to Starbucks' reputation and consumer trust in the brand had already been dealt. Now, lastly, all of you, have either seen or tried Chinese food, something that is loved by many around the world. However, little do people know that a once faced backlash after symptoms such as headaches, nausea, weakness, and numbness were reported after people ate at Chinese restaurants that seemingly added MSG, a popular food additive, both then and now into their dishes. This, combined with the fact that the public, especially American public, they had traditionally viewed exotic foods, such as those from China, as bad. This created a stream of public views. People strongly opposed the use of MSG. Even scientific studies by supposedly reliable sources existed to prove that MSG was bad and you should ban it. You should refrain from using it. However, in the modern time, countless scientific studies had existed showing us that MSG is harmless and we can consume it, even though not in too large quantities, definitely. Now, this example only goes so far as to show the impacts of fake news, not only on one person or even a group of people. It can be the impact on a whole country. Despite all of those, what can we do to stop fake news from spreading? Firstly, read. Yes, I know it's an integral part of life, but you aren't reading just for entertainment. You read for information. You read. So, fake news cannot weave their way past you, as you already know what the full picture is. Secondly, cross-check between many sources. One source may not have the full picture, and it may contain nuances influenced by political, by financial, by religious views. However, looking between multiple sources helps us eliminate those nuances, helps us paint the full picture in our minds. Lastly, do not and never judge a book by its cover. Now, sift through the information by looking at a problem from multiple viewpoints. So, fake news cannot get past you. And so, you can distinguish real and fake information. We cannot fully stop the spread of fake news. But what we can do is to be educated and stay vigilant to avoid it. I would like to give my thanks to all of you, teachers, parents, and students, for allowing me to participate in this wonderful event today. Thank you for your attention.